You know, these videos aren't for kids. If you aren't at least 18 or are easily offended, you should probably click off. We here at Dual Wield accept no responsibility for your children. So if you are an adult who sat your kids down to watch our videos, you should be ashamed. Anyway, back to the video.
Hello everyone. We hope you all are enjoying 31 Days of Halloween. Now, sit back, relax, enjoy, and shriek your heart out. Welcome to the Dual Wield Horror Review.
Greetings, my loyal subjects. It is I, the Prince of All Saints of Vegeta Almighty, back with more 31 Days of Halloween, and back with a Dual Wield Horror Review. And with me, as always, is my lovely co-host, Shady Angel.
Hi, party people.
Your mic is over there, by the way.
I know. Like, where? Here? The one that's sitting next to me?
Okay, well, I'm just making sure you're speaking directly into
I
your
was looking
microphone.
at that because...
Pretty lights, I get it. Okay.
No, it was because when you were talking, it really sounded like you were quiet on my, like, from me hearing it, so I was making sure...
Well,
You know what?
mine's right here in front of
He
me.
is making me feel very self-conscious, and I don't like it. So
Well, I'm
everybody tell
sorry.
him what a meanie he is.
They know this.
Anyways, since,
Also, you think you got it bad. You should hear. Just think about all the times I've been rude to Jen on this channel.
he's being a meanie poo-poo head to me.
Okay, man.
Anyways, so yes, we are back with another horror review. This time, I'm not going to call it an actual horror film.
It's supposed to be a horror
It's
film.
supposed to be, but I think it's more like alien sci-fi, kind of slightly on the horror side of things. Because it didn't take off all the buttons.
It's a thriller.
It is a thriller.
That's the word
and
for it.
that kind of goes in with, spooky, skeleton stuff,
It was definitely a spooky, scaly skeleton.
It did look like a freaking spooky skeleton. So we did watch A Quiet Place Day 1. And first, let's go ahead and give it the number review, because we forgot to do that last time we did a review until the end.
Yeah, well.
So before, let's look at it. On the story part itself, would definitely give it like a good 8. It progressed real well. You weren't, even with no talking, or little talking, you got the urgency. You got the main plot of it. It was not something that you had to. You're gonna like, what the fuck? Every 2 seconds. You know what I mean? So I do think that it hit the thriller. It hit the plot point. I just don't think it quite hit the horror point.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a very generous 6 out of 10.
Yeah, but you don't like these kind of movies. I can watch a silent movie with no problem.
It's not just that it was quiet.
Well...
Okay.
Now, this is where we're going to tell people, if you don't want to be spoiled,
Turn away.
turn away, but you
watch the movie and then come back to this video.
Right.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere. But 2, with that, we will be going into details about the movie pretty in depth. We typically do.
Yeah.
We almost give you a verbatim. But it's, what we see, and we'd like to see what you guys see. So with that, spoiler warning ahead, till the very end.
Yep. Spoiler, last chance for spoilers. I'm going to spoil it in 3, 2, 1, now. Nothing fucking happened.
Oh.
The whole movie.
What's happened?
Nothing happened.
That's not true.
Nothing.
No.
The only thing that happened was I found a newfound appreciation for cats. Frodo is best.
Okay, so how it starts off, and this is a weird plot point for me, is this woman is in a literal circle of
A sharing circle.
A sharing circle for cancer patients who are on hospice.
She's in hospice. Super unnecessary.
Yeah, you already get tragedy in the show. Why do you gotta add a second layer?
Just give her cancer and cut out the middleman.
At that point, yes. Like, because it would have saved a ton of time. However, I do like how they didn't just use somebody who is completely fully functional to navigate New York City during an alien crisis that happens to be about sound. I think that was good. Yeah. I just don't think how most of the movie went was...
Wasn't a whole lot of parallels. Like in the first one, you had the deaf chick, dealing with the sound horse. And, oh, by the way, shout out to Highboy for that one. But yeah, you had the deaf chick dealing with the sound horse and, Quiet Place 1 and 2. But, there's a parallel there. But
well, that and John Krasinski and Emily Blunt are, able to carry on, somebody playing a kazoo in the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they're good actors for that. But
and just like in his first ever Marvel role, he died in the first movie he showed up in. Unceremoniously.
Yes, but fucking God,
sorry, I'm not letting that movie go. If you want that thought to go all the way back to the beginning of this channel, and there's an episode of me just bitching about that movie for about an hour. So,
what was the part that made you bitch the most?
The Professor X.
Okay.
Dying unceremoniously.
All right. I'll give you that. But going back to this movie,
Yeah, sorry, I got sidetracked.
She's like obsessed with pizza. I get why, because it's a nostalgia thing. She just want to leave somewhere that she'll never come back to.
Well, it's New York
without it. But at the same time, it's literally from the way that the guy convinces her to go into the city, right? Wow. Is we'll get pizza on the way back.
This is the real Pizzagate.
The reason that she goes against the tide of people going to get help. Pizza. So
much so that Shady thought it was code for drugs at one point.
I did not.
You said she's going to go get her meds. That's exactly
well, no, she did say that too. Oh. But like to me, she was on pain medication when it started.
Fucking cancer.
And then the person in the beginning asks her. I can't think of his name. Ruben. He asked her how her pain levels are right before all hell breaks loose and her patch comes off of her. So I was thinking more along the lines that she's hurting, so she was probably going to go get her meds. And then she told the dude at the apartment she wanted her meds. And, you see
this was before, you had said that, never mind, anyway. My point is that she really wants fucking pizza.
Patsy's Pizza is apparently the best pizza in New York. Someone let me know if you've been there.
Yeah. Same price as a cheese pizza and a large soda. Panucci's Pizza, anyway.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Okay, so...
Also, I love that they get... kind of skipping ahead a bit here. I love that they gave Ruben a name, an introduction, a relationship to the main character, a speaking role, quite a few lines, and then kill him off unceremoniously.
Within 15 minutes.
Within 15 minutes, and then after that, the scene where she briefly deals with it, she's like, well, let's never talk about or think about Ruben ever a fucking again. Like, what was the fucking point?
Not just... So, going back to that part, basically.
Sorry.
So, they do a marionette show, which is fucking weird.
Weird is an understatement.
It really, really felt out of place of this whole entire thing.
Pointless.
Other than the fact that it could have been a metaphor for being quiet. And then the loud popping balloon.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's the only thing I can kind of put it with.
It still just kind of felt out
But
of
it was,
place.
it felt so
And it was packed.
With kids and
adults.
And
legacy characters. The guy who dies in the second movie.
Is there.
Yeah.
But you mean the second Quiet Place, the third movie.
Whatever. It's the second movie chronologically in real life. Third movie chronologically in universe.
So, after the initial situation, she went outside And Ruben gets a phone call, and he's like freaking out about it, right? But he doesn't tell her anything.
Well, I don't
And
think
she's
even
like,
he knows.
well, he knows something's up because when she's like, "You said we get pizza. Let's go get pizza," and he's like, "No, we need to go now." Like,
well, because remember, it was clear he was on the phone with some sort of superiors or whatever, and it's to me, what I got from that was they only gave him so much information. Because even at that point, no one really knew what the situation was.
My thing for him was the fact that it's...
he knew there was some sort of emergency.
Yeah. But he didn't tell her there's an emergency. So for me, if we are in an emergent situation, everybody is going to know at that point, because that's the best way to survive, is everybody knows what's going on. So, hey, Vegeta, we are...
Bless you. Also, you forgot my name.
No, I was trying to sneeze.
Oh.
We've got this emergency going on right now. I need you to listen to me on how to handle it. It's something I know how to do. Right?
All right.
Or, I'm not sure what's going on, but it's been all over the news. Something's wrong in the country. You know.
Well, I mean, at that point...
This way you know.
Well, at that point, all it was meteors. They didn't know that there was...
It didn't say that.
Well, but what I'm saying is, it was clear that the sound horrors hadn't touched down yet. Because you see, when they're all in the bus, you see the meteors falling.
Well, I didn't see what it was that fell, but I saw the dust that came up from it.
Well, fuck, that's right, you haven't seen that. From the second movie, it's clear that they arrive on meteors.
Okay, well...
That's why I realized, oh yeah, you haven't seen the second one.
I have not seen the second one. I did like the first one, and I do have the second one. I just need someone to watch it with.
Hey-o.
Yeah, we may end up doing a very short one of these for this movie, because that's what we both feel, and then, like, just add on to it
Maybe, yeah.
later.
But carry on.
But going back to... So, you know, there's nothing being said to her, so she's not sure what's going on. She gets in the bus with, like, 3 of the people that she lives with, and then, boom! She's covered in white.
She needs white face.
She got dust faced is what she got. And by the way, the lead, what is her name?
I don't know.
Sam.
Oh, the character.
Yeah, I know who it is.
Sam.
Okay, so
the lead character, Frodo.
Sam is the from Black Panther. I can't ever say her name, so give me a second. And I'll come up with it. You fill the fodder.
Oh, the fodder. Also, this fucking cat, she's got a cat, right? It's a fluffy cat. It's all white with a black tail, and it's got like a black toupee, basically. Like there's a black spot on his head that looks like a toupee. She calls him Frodo. To me, he's kind of got the Adolf situation going on. He just doesn't have the mustache. He almost looks like Pee Wee Herman also. Sorry, go ahead.
So that would be Joseph Quinn, is who you're talking about. He plays Eric. So.
I was talking about the cat.
Oh, I thought you were talking about...
I was talking about the cat.
Okay, so it is Lupita Nyong'o, who is the lead of the Women Warriors, them for Black Panther.
Yeah.
I can't think of it.
I can't think of the name either. I know what it is, but I just can't think of it.
So yeah.
Also, Roberto Luongo, one of the best goalies out there. No, sorry. Anyway,
don't even start that.
What?
Now you're being just facetious.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, so she wakes up and they're back in the theater where the marionette show is. Mm-hmm. And she gets in there, someone's helping her wake up, and because she'd been blown back into the theater somehow after being...
She got blown into something. I think it was like a bus or the back of a bus.
No, that was the first one, and then the second one...
Well, no. So it looked like she got blown into the back of the bus or whatever, or like the back of like a car or a cab or something, and then she woke up. Looked like somebody had carried her in there or whatever.
Yeah.
Probably. And she started coughing, so... And
the first person she sees is Henry from Quiet Place 2.
2, yeah.
And that's played by Jamon Hounsou?
You know the guy.
You'd see, if you see him, you know who we're talking about.
He's he's like, what was he?
What else
was his
was
character?
he in?
He was in Guardians of the Galaxy 1 briefly.
Blood Diamonds, Gladiator 2,
Yo,
all the
yeah.
Quiet Places,
God,
apparently.
Wasn't Gladiator 2? Was he in
And Gladiator, yeah.
Huh. I don't remember seeing him in Quiet Place 1.
The Legend of Tarzan, The Rebel Moons, Kingsman. He's in Kingsman. And Guardian of the Galaxy, Constantine.
Okay, we get it.
Like, all these really good movies.
Yeah, he's a great actor. He doesn't get enough, like, recognition. I think maybe it's because his name is so hard to pronounce. We're judging by your pronunciation of it. I can't.
Yeah, I
see it.
can't.
But anyway, so let's kind of fast forward this a bit. Here.
Yeah, so, that's who wakes her up. She meets up with Ruben, and he gives her cat back. Well, then, her kitty...
Helicopters come over.
Oh, yeah.
And they're making the announcement to
Shelter in place, be quiet.
And blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And then the sound horse start chasing after... I'm not going to stop calling them that, by the way. The sound horse start chasing after the helicopters.
Which then
alerts Frodo, who I think is secretly the mastermind behind this whole alien.
I know, right?
But he runs out and starts scratching at... being a fucking annoying little shit cat and scratching at the door. Meow, meow.
Right, and she accidentally summons the sound horse by crunching glass, and Ruben ends up...
Sandwich man. He's fine at this scene. He ends up saving her, and she saves the cat, and then they a pointless scene, blah, blah, blah. They move on, and she's, like, sitting there later on with him, talking, writing down on the paper. She's like, I want pizza. And he kind of laughs, like, that's funny. Oh, bitch, you serious? And then she's like, I'm going to go get pizza. And then the lights cut off. The power's cut off, I'm sure, for the whole city.
And this is where the first emergent situation really happens.
Yeah, the backup generator comes on, and
Ruben... It's not like a quiet one. It's one of those old school ones.
It's not a quiet place, day one.
And it was super loud, so they go running down to go, turn it off to keep these
sound horse
around. They get it turned off, and then
the loud ass generator doesn't alert them immediately and send them into a frenzy, but fucking old sandwich boy over here rips his fucking rye bread and fucking his shirt on the generator, and the fucking sound whore comes by and like, ooh, snack time.
Which even then wouldn't happen if you look at later down the road in the movie. They've had things where something makes noise like that, and if it just stays still,
and then they like click.
But they stay still. No,
they smelled the sauerkraut on them.
Probably.
That's what it is.
Well, no, that pastrami is good.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, Ruben. Sorry, we're making such light of your fucking
kind of hungry now. Sandwiches afterwards?
No, I want pizza.
I know,
that
right?
fucking pizza scene. Spoilers.
I'm down for that too if you want it.
Moving forward, yeah, like I said, she's like, her eyes about fall out of her fucking head, and then it cuts to the next scene, and it's like the entire Ruben death didn't happen.
It says literally A Quiet Place, day one, right after. Like her eyes are all, and then black screen.
Yeah, and then
Quiet Place,
and then it cuts to Ruben never fucking existing in the first place. Yeah, it cuts to the title card, and then we cut to the alternate universe where this takes place, where Ruben didn't exist, because he's never brought up or thought about or even shows that she gave a fuck ever again.
Yeah, but so then there's a thing that's announced that
stay off the bridge. Yeah, somebody's writing down messages from the radio, and it's saying to stay off the bridge
while they're announcing it overhead.
Yeah,
and then
you hear rumbling.
They hear rumbling, and they go up onto like this balcony area, and it's the bridges are being destroyed so that they can try and keep them in that area. But on the desk of the radio person, it literally has different places that have been attacked, like Denver, Los Angeles, all
Djibouti. I don't know if Djibouti was on there. I just wanted to say Djibouti. Anyway, sorry.
Anyways, all these different places that have been attacked, and they found out that they can't swim.
Yeah. How did they figure that out so fucking fast?
Probably because someone landed in the water and died when they got in,
I suppose.
They're on meteors.
True.
You can't really...
Can't exactly steer those,
yeah,
can you?
no.
It's more of a controlled crash landing at best.
They see all of those just explode, and Henry kills the guy in front of his kid. So
you are leaving out some fucking serious context
that's right
there.
In the same place.
You're leaving out
screaming.
yeah, there you go. There's the context that you missed.
You
made it sound like it's like
no,
it's like oh no, they bombed the bridge.
They
bombed the bridge. Now we're trapped on here with all the sound whores. Here, let me murder this random fucking guy out of pure frustration. That's how you made it sound.
I did not make it sound like that.
You left out important context.
Okay, fine. Guy was screaming,
"We're all gonna die!
We're all gonna die!" And then
he killed him.
He killed him
to not alert the sound whores.
Yes.
Thank you.
There you go. You're welcome. And then she tells him that she's leaving.
Yeah, context matters.
She's
there,
getting
Wall
pizza.
Street Journal.
And she starts her little trek to get pizza.
Mm-hmm. Actually, she doesn't tell him.
Oh, no.
Leaves.
No.
He's sleeping, and she just bounces.
Okay, yeah, that's right. But then, as she's walking, or she had stopped at a store, got some stuff, and then was, feeding her cat. And saw two kids, got underneath this little waterfall thing, because apparently they can't hear you under the water.
Yeah,
or
that was
when it's trickling.
Quiet Place 1.
Okay. I'm saying, they don't know all this until now.
Oh, I thought you were saying it like...
No.
Anyway, yeah, so...
And so...
She fed him a granola bar.
Yeah, give him a granola bar, and they hear that everybody needs to make it to the South Seaport.
Because the boats are coming.
And that's how they're going to get off of, Bug Island.
Bug Island.
That's what
Whore Island.
Infestated Island.
Sound Whore Island.
So, she actually starts going the opposite way. And
so what happened, first they all start kind of heading that way, and then they notice that there's people heading that way, and some more people, and then the fucking...
Well, it's
the rumbling of people.
Not yet.
Well, what I'm saying, she realizes that there's a bunch of people going that way, so she sends the kids on... Down the line, and then she starts going backwards because she wants her man.
But that's when she starts hearing all the noises.
She realizes it's the rumbling, but
and it's hundreds of feet scraping and rolling of bags and wheelchairs and all this stuff.
It's a gigantic crowd of people walking in one direction
and making too much noise. So she's going the opposite direction, and then bam!
Sound whores
attack everybody again. And she gets underneath the car, and I don't know, is he...
It's not him,
It's not him. You
no
kept saying it was him.
No, I said, smart guy. He survived by going underwater.
That's not what you said.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you did not.
I paused in between... But no, there's no fucking way that guy survived.
Okay, well, she gets in her car. Guy tries to grab her for some fucking reason.
It starts screaming, "Help me! Help me!" Like that.
No one has figured out, apparently, just to be quiet.
Despite the fact that the goddamn Henemachopters came over top saying to be shut the fuck up.
And took all of the, tons of those, whores to the other side of the city. Literally tons and tons of them were going with the helicopter. So it should have made it a lot more safe at that point because they were making noise. And, hurting them. H-E-R-D, not H-U-R-T. Okay, hurting.
Why didn't they fucking think of that?
Who?
The fucking military or
That's
whoever
what they were doing. That's why they were going that way.
Why not just stay on, that coastline and just blare music?
It would make the movie not good, apparently.
Well, I got some news for you.
The movie was good. It was not bad. And then she gets stuck under a car, Her cat goes off. She gets out stuck underneath, and her cat finds our next person who doesn't speak really much.
Eric. He just cries.
He cries a lot. Like, don't get me wrong.
It's because
I
he's
know-
a fucking Brit. Oi, governor, with a bottle of water.
No,
Sorry.
I think for sure this is a crying time. But there's a time and a place to have a panic attack and scream and sob, and a
And then
time not to. And
stalk
this
our
is
main character.
definitely not that time.
Yeah.
Well, it starts, so he comes, finds her, whatever. I don't remember how they found her. He
Yeah,
found her.
the cat.
Yeah, the cat. Okay.
He followed the cat, and then she followed him like a cat, like a stray cat.
He followed her, not she.
That's he followed her. Yeah, sorry.
And so then it starts to rain, and they get to an area where there's metal all on the rooftop,
Metal roof.
making it,
Noise.
more noise. And she starts to talk quietly, and he's like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "The rain."
Speak quiet. Speak under the rain, and then he's like, "Oh, by the way, I'm Eric."
Yeah.
and then
And not just that, but she's like, "I'm going to go get pizza. You need to go home."
fuck off.
Like-
And then he's like, "I don't want to die. I'm a tea sipping sissy. Oi, governor, cricket and crumpets." And then she's like,
I hate you.
"Fine, I guess. Well, I'll be a typical American and lead your sorry pansy ass to victory. USA, USA." That was my eagle noise, by the way.
Oh my god.
But anyway,
You're gonna crush people's eardrums with that.
I'm gonna.
So they band together, and then okay, not a whole lot of interesting things happen other than they go to her apartment, they go through a sewer, then you find out that
You were saying?
that was my meds alarm. Sorry about that. Anyways,
You're fired.
shut up. I turned off everything but the alarm. I forgot. Alright,
Just
sue
like-
me.
I'll take you to court.
We went to court today.
Yeah, and your fucking alarm, your phone went off, or your watch, or whatever.
My watch went off.
Yeah.
Phone was on silent. Anyways, so like nothing like really big happens other than you find out that they die in water and that they're stupid enough to go into the water, apparently. But then
Yeah.
they're not stupid enough to go in the water on the coastal part.
Yeah, but they're stupid. Yeah, I don't really. I guess he didn't really have depth perception or something there because he was crawling on the ceiling, and then he realized, oh, I'm dying.
No. He tried to get him.
Yeah, that's what I'm
They-
saying.
in
He
the
was
water.
chasing him through the water because he was chasing him on the ceiling, and then the way they were
Yeah.
going down, the water basically met touch with the ceiling, and then he kept chasing him.
In
and
the
then
water
he
for a
realized-
couple seconds.
He was
and
like,
then,
"Ooh, I'm drowning. Let's continue to not fucking solve that problem."
And then he did, and you see like an electrical spark come out of him,
He's
which
a
is
stupid fucking turkey.
weird.
He's a fucking. They're turkey aliens.
Anyways, then you find
Space turkeys.
they end up at a freaking Catholic church in like downtown,
That's nobody about to Espiritu Santo. Anyway, so
like downtown, whatever.
She's
She's getting
drowning.
withdrawal from her meds and whatever, and he goes to go find the meds. He tells her to give them, and he finds this weird
they never explained
nest
this.
thing. And
This was never
We thought it
explained.
was eggs at first, and then they were eating one of them.
I thought it was like
and-
a head or something.
Yeah.
But it looked weird, like it was wrapped in spider webs or some weird shit.
Yeah, it was weird.
They did not
Explain
ever
it
explain
at
that.
all.
Also, Frodo tagged along for this and
Yes.
was like looking down, like, yes, my creatures, feed.
But here's where the weird part is. He climbs up this beam, right, to get off the ground and above them, and his hand accidentally hits the thing a little too hard.
Or he like farts or something. I don't.
It was like a dull sound, okay?
And this sound
and-
core pops up right next to
Right
him.
next to him, puts his ear out,
It's like, excuse me, motherfucker.
and like is looking for him. Like, you know how they always show him how the ear is.
Like,
and
if their
then
hearing's that good,
the
he should have heard
breathing.
his heartbeat.
Heartbeat, breathing,
Breathing.
all that.
But then he's just like,
But
fuck
he's
it.
like, fuck it, yep, and bends right back down, and dude's again on the verge of a panic attack.
He should have heard him shitting his pants.
Yeah. Then they find out that the pizza place is like, this is how
breakneck
there's
pace.
nothing else.
There's like nothing really going on.
But they're traveling.
He brings the meds back. They have a meet cute, and then they walk to the next place.
Yeah.
To find the pizza. Because she's like, oh, I'm dying. I'm dying. Help me. And he's like, oi, governor, what about your bloody pizza?
I swear to Jesus, I might have to stab him tonight. I have a pencil in range. I got a knife in range.
And so she's like, oh yeah, I guess we should get pizza. You don't have that over there where you're from. And she didn't actually say this. I'm just,
He's just being an ass.
Yeah. But then they go to see pizza. And they go to see pizza.
They go to Patsy's
They go to Patsy's Pizza, Panucci's Pizza. And, because it turns out that she used to go to get Panucci's Pizza after seeing her dad play his piano at some jazz club right around the corner or whatever.
Right.
And it was a nostalgia thing.
They get there to the Patsy's Pizza. And it's like a bus has gone through it.
It's like a semi has crashed through the building and also caught on fire.
And she's just in there like quietly crying and goes into like the middle of the road and is
just like falls to her knees. I mean, I can
in
relate.
Front
it's like
of a pipe,
a flaming
puddle.
Yeah,
flaming puddle. Like this. Sorry, you couldn't make shit this bad at this point.
Yeah.
Any worse. Like, it was good for me up until, like, that point right there.
Well, and then she, like, I can relate to that, though. It's like having a really long day at work. Like, you just worked a double, and you know you have this fucking parfait sitting for you at the house, and you've been really wanting that all day. And you come home and you find out somebody's eating it. You just want to curl up into a ball, cry, and murder the person who ate your parfait.
What movie is that from?
It's not from a movie. It's from my life experience.
Swear to God.
Parfaits is from Shrek.
I don't know. Anyways, so not just that, he comes over and he's like, "Where did your dad play?" And then he takes her over there and tells her to sit there and whatnot, and she's like, powers her air. This is how fucking old back it was.
It was an iPod.
iPod 1.
No.
Like the first gen iPod.
No, it changed.
I did.
Through the movie.
Yes.
She had an iPod 1 at the beginning of the movie, and somewhere along the line,
3, right?
it changed into a green iPod Nano.
Yeah, somewhere. And then at the end, though, when she's carrying that thing around,
It was the one again.
Yes.
What the fuck?
I know.
I thought I was losing my mind, but then I just thought about it. I was like, no, it changed.
It was hilarious. Anyways, so she's in there, and she's drinking some bourbon. He comes back, asks her for the pin.
Because he had found a pizza place around the corner.
Yeah. Writes Patsy's on it. And then they eat pizza and have a real cutesy time.
And it's probably gross. Let's be honest.
Anyway.
That pizza has probably been sitting out for at least a day.
Well, not just that. Then they decide he's going to do magic tricks with her.
Fucking virgin, L, loser, no bitches.
Right.
Anyway, sorry.
Whatnot. And then,
in front of an invisible crowd that he motions to several times.
Yes. Which, if it was, like, supposed to be a romantic thing, this would have been great. In a thriller movie?
No bitches.
Yeah, no bitches.
L, no bitches.
So then,
British.
They decide that they're going to go and try to get on
Poor dental hygiene.
a boat, and the last boat is leaving. And they're honking the horn
Of the boat!
To get all these little fuckers surrounding them.
Riled up and shit.
And then she's like, fuck, I don't know what to do. So she gives the cat to fucking this dude.
To oi, British governor.
And freaking gives him her jacket.
Yeah, he looks like fucking British Mr. Rogers at this point.
Yes.
Oi, howdy neighbor.
He got a knit jacket on. And it's like fucking the worst kind of yellow you could ever imagine.
Yeah, it was like piss yellow.
It was custard yellow.
It was mustard yellow.
No, it wasn't
like
that.
like
it was
Dijon mustard yellow.
It was booger yellow.
It was booger yellow. Yes, it was booger yellow. Ew. Also.
Yes, but that is what it was, and she gives him the cat, all this other stuff, and then she starts making noise
Beating on fucking
so
cars.
he can go and save himself, right?
This pissed me off, too, by the way.
And then he's like, waits till they're all past him, basically, and then he starts making a run for it.
Actually, he doesn't wait till they're all past him. He almost gets fucking ran
Oh,
over
yeah.
like 3 times.
That's right. I'm sorry, forgot about that.
Like, he almost got, like, truck sticked by sound whores, by space turkeys, like, 3 times.
Then he gets to a bridge, and he's running on the bridge.
He's like on the dock or whatever, right?
Oh, yeah, sorry, dock. And cling, cling, cling,
He
cling,
clips
cling.
over can because she fucking stops.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she stopped.
Because she thought he'd have enough time. The motherfucker.
That's fine. She stopped. She thought he'd have enough time. Thought it would be loud enough or whatever. They ripped out all the car alarms or whatever. She thought that it was gonna be fine. Boom! He accidentally kicks a can that he doesn't see, and then they're like, "Oh, fuck all this noise and that thing we were chasing. Let's go get over the fucking dirty Brit," which I can understand. I can relate to that. You know, Brits are loud in the fucking
We
noise.
do like British people.
I know,
Okay?
it's
This
just-
is not a...
I do like British people. I'm just being a fucking stupid American.
You're being a nationalist.
An ass. I'm being an
There you go.
ass is what I'm being. Also, you know what? Never mind.
So he jumps,
But what,
barely
no,
makes it.
what pisses me off is the fact that, okay, you're sacrificing yourself, right? You're playing this sacrificial card. Why the fuck did you just stop?
I don't think she wanted to die right then. Because she goes about dying the way she wants to later on.
Problem with that is, then why the fuck were you bait in the first place?
Because she's the only person that knew how to not get eaten once you started making noise. apparently.
I guess, but it was fucking...
Well, in the universe, she makes tons of noise all over the time and didn't die
just-
any of those.
But I mean,
times.
but you still see that he's getting chased or whatever. The least you could do is chuck that fucking tire iron at a different car or something.
This is true.
You could have very easily
However,
made one. Yeah, if she was so good
he
at
got-
outrunning them, she could have just kept doing it.
Anyways, he does a leap of faith, where they almost get it by
It was kind of cool.
hair.
That was kind of sick.
That was
I'm not
kinda
gonna
cool.
lie. Also,
And he
the
goes
boat people
into
weren't
the
helping.
boat. No, you know what fucking was worse with that? Is he's sitting there and he's like doing this lazy paddle with one arm kind of slowly
Holding
while
the
watching her. And they're like, get over here, get over
And they're
here.
screaming. Yeah. Well, I mean, they knew they weren't going in the water.
Well, no, but it's just like the fact that he's like, da, da, da.
Yeah, he
And,
was
like-
kind of stupid. But they weren't helping when he was fucking, like, when he had made the noise and they started chasing him. They were like, come on, run! Loud noises! Draw them closer over here!
Yeah, anyway.
Not helping.
But then he gets on the boat and he's alive with the cat. And all's good for him.
And he hugs
apparently.
Henry.
Yeah, hung Henry.
He's hung.
He
Hung.
hung-
Henry is
hung
probably
Henry.
hung.
He hung Henry. Anyways, and then he
Like a racehorse. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
he survives. She survives until she's ready to
So she
die.
decides to not survive.
And she's like, what's the song? Fuck.
It's a new day. It's a new dawn.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, and she fucking. So she has this. First of all, this is how old this movie is. She has from the jazz place a fucking speaker iHome. Which does anybody remember those? Does
I
that
had
word
one.
does that word mean anything to anyone out there? And she's got her transforming iPod in there, and she had the headphones hooked up to it, and then she's standing in the middle of the road and unplugs her headphones, and the speaker starts playing, and then
black.
plop, plop, and then black. A space turkey plops down behind her, and then fades to black and plays.
It doesn't even fade to black. It just
No, it just cuts to black. You're
cuts
right.
to black.
Yeah.
It is. Like I said, I like the movie. Now that I'm talking about it, I don't like it for some weird reason, but I actually
That's how I
wouldn't.
felt about The Last Jedi.
Shut up.
What?
We're
I'm
not
just.
talking Star Wars here, and you know how I feel about that movie, which I don't like it personally, y'all. There's
Yeah, but
stuff.
what I'm saying is I liked it until I started talking about it. So
yeah,
I
the
get what you're
first
saying.
time I saw The Last Jedi, I loved it,
And
and then as second time I saw it, I was like, why did I like this?
Yeah,
again?
yeah. I get that about a lot of things. I watched. Side tangent, real quick. I watched for the first time in years Batman and Robin, like the movie with George Clooney, And I was like, why did I like this movie?
We were talking about that. We'll have to talk about that another time.
Yeah.
But I'm the same way. I liked Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
The first time I watched it.
Yeah.
And I still think Mr. Freeze
Arnold stole the
was
show.
great. And I did
All right, everyone. Chill.
And I did like the person that they picked to play Robin.
Oh, but he was in the previous movie, so
Yeah.
that, I can't even credit that movie for that fucking choice.
But still.
Yeah, Robin was good.
But with that, y'all,
Yeah, generous 6 out of 10.
for
Nothing
him,
happened.
I will go down. I will say it's a 7. It's still not as bad as a 6.
You've talked yourself out of liking the
An
movie
8,
more.
yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
It happens. But with that, y'all, I guess I'll see you next time. I'll wait for another movie review with our host here.
Our fearless leader. Take me to your leader. I am the Sound Horse Space Turkey. All right, bye.
Bye.